Well, this next cat here with me, we're going to look down over to Lakeshore here for this cat right here. He plays in net for them. This cat went 16-1 on the regular season, 1.78 goals against, 919 save percentage, 4 shutouts on the regular season. Gaudy numbers for this goaltender here. His team actually currently leads North Middlesex 3-0 in their series. Let's welcome to the show Trevor Heslop. Trevor,
Yeah,
what's up, brother?
thanks for having me. Pleasure.
Man, I gotta say, you in the 73 series, like I watched that whole series very, very closely, obviously,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
and that I think it was game 6 you guys won in overtime, right? It was game 6, the last game. So
Yeah, game 6.
and you guys were exchanging glove saves. Like I just thought you guys were awesome in the pipes, both you guys. You guys made the series like really exciting, really close to where obviously it was down to the last shot, right? So
Yeah.
congrats, I'll say off the hop here is what
Thank
I'll
you.
say. Okay.
Yeah.
I just thought you were sensational in that series, man. You were awesome. So way to go.
Appreciate it.
First thing I'm gonna ask you. So have you always played for like Lakeshore, or was there Windsor, or was there anything, or like where are you from?
So originally I'm from Riverside.
Mm-hmm.
So I started off as a defenseman, played a couple years for Riverside, and then the one year we didn't have a goalie. And my dad's a goalie, his grandpa's a goalie. So
Wow.
I kind of got not forced into it, but helped into being a goalie because we didn't have a tender that year. So I played goalie that year. In the first year, I was a goalie. We won OMHAs with Riverside.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to Windsor AAA for a couple of years. I got cut, went back down to Tecumseh AA, and then played Bell River AA for a year. And then COVID hit,
Mm-hmm.
and then I ended up in Lakeshore.
Yeah, COVID fucked everything up, eh?
Oh, everything,
Like
100%.
who I felt bad for was the overagers. So when
Yeah,
freaking COVID hit, because then they didn't even get their last year of junior hockey.
yeah. Like
Felt
Dylan Weston, our captain, he hit the COVID hit him for his last year of junior B. I think they were going into playoffs or something like that. So
oh
he wasn't able to finish last year of junior B, which is tough, but at least he got to come down and play another year of junior C, which is cool for all our always this year.
oh good. Well, at least
Yeah.
you know, like I just felt bad for the ones that like they just couldn't go back. Like they were just too
Yeah.
old. Like I was
Yeah, I
just
know.
fuck, man, that sucks. That's supposed to be like your best year of junior hockey is
Yeah.
your like
You're
overage
OA.
year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
You're
always
like
the
the you're like,
best.
you're like the king of the jungle, and then you get to lose that opportunity, which is a tough bounce. But
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I mean,
should have been.
everybody kind of got screwed over in COVID, so we talk about that for a while.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. So obviously you wanted to play net because of like dad and like grandpa and stuff, like you were saying, right? That's probably
Yeah.
kind of what drew you towards being a goalie.
Yeah.
But who was your favorite player growing up? Like who was your favorite goalie? Who was that guy you would always watch?
Probably Martin Brodeur.
Oh, good
'Cause
choice.
my dad's a big Brodeur fan. Actually, that picture,
Yeah.
that one right there is him and Martin Brodeur.
Oh, really? Eh?
Yeah, so we would always watch those games.
Oh,
I don't really know. I honestly didn't really. I still don't really watch too much hockey.
no.
Like that's kind of weird. I know like a lot of hockey players that always watch hockey, but I don't really watch a lot of hockey. I'm more like a look up the highlights the day after kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I'd say Martin Brodeur.
Ah, that's a fucking great answer.
Oh, he's a great goalie. Yeah, it is.
My God. So how old were you when you made that choice? Like I'm gonna be a goalie.
I think it was after we won OMHAs because I realized that our team was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But I realized that like I actually know like I can do this, and like I liked it too. I don't know. I like the pressure of having like the game like under my control. Like I can win the game for the team or I can lose the game for the team.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I like the pressure, and to be a goalie, you have to like the pressure, and you have to be able to handle the pressure in certain times.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, definitely. So how old were you when you got the invite to play like junior C? Like, is this your first year? Is this your like were you there
No,
already or
I initially started talking to Essex first. I was talking to
oh,
Danny, and he told me he wanted to AP me, but I was 15 at the time,
Yeah.
and you can't AP somebody unless they're 16. So that didn't end up going through. And then the next year, I was talking to Essex and Lakeshore, and then I went out to a few Lakeshore practices as a 16-year-old, and then that's about it. And then I just was talking to Mark for a while, and then he asked me to sign. So
It seems like every kid we've had on this show that plays junior hockey, it's always between Essex and Lakeshore on where they're going.
well, I mean, they're the two best organizations.
Yeah. But it's like, it's just crazy though that it's always those two teams, like
yeah,
9 times out of 10.
yeah. Well, for me, I mean, Lakeshore is probably closest to me, but Essex is pretty like a 5-minute difference, so it was kind of a toss up.
Now, are a lot of the guys on Lakeshore friends with some of the guys from here?
Yeah, like yeah, a bunch of it. Like it's because some of them are from Bell River. It's not like if you live in Essex, you play 73s. Like it just depends on who. Like if you live in Essex and Lakeshore shows interest in you, then you're probably gonna go play Lakeshore. Like it just depends.
Yeah,
But, like I know like Bugley, Dubinsky, Noble. I know all those guys.
Did you get like looks from any of the other squads in this area, or was it just kind of no matter what, it was going to be between Essex and Lakeshore?
Yeah, I think it was no matter going to be between Essex and Lakeshore. I didn't get anything from like Amherstburg or Wheatley, but
I'm surprised.
Those places are kind of far, so I wouldn't really be interested in going all the way out there. But
yeah, of course, unless it's like one of them's like the only teams, and it's like shit, like you know what I mean. And it's like okay, but if you're gonna have multiple looks, like which obviously, like dude, like I said, watching you play, like I was floored when I was watching you in that series. I'm like, how does every fucking team in the league not want this kid? Like he's, but it was just good, man. It was good stuff. What was it like for you just leading up to your first start? Like were the nerves kicking? Were like how did everything go the day of for your first start?
I don't remember who we played. I think it was Wallaceburg, and I finished with a shutout that game. but it was definitely nerve-wracking. Like first junior hockey game I was 17 at the time, going like skating out there. I was pretty nervous, but I mean, I ended up with a shutout. I only had like 15, 16 shots or something like that because we played Wallaceburg. But yeah, it was pretty nerve-wracking. It took me a couple games to get used to it. That's for sure. It's like a whole new level of hockey, like compared to AA, even AAA. Like it's just way different.
How so? Like the way they skate, shoot, just everything.
Like going from AA playing with guys that are all 2004 to playing with guys from 2004 2000, so I can be playing against 21-year-olds and just, you know what I mean? It's way different.
Who's that one guy who just like ripped a shot at you that you were like, holy shit? Like even if it's a guy who's on your squad now, and if it was in freaking camp or just anything like that, who's got the heaviest?
I hate to admit this because me and this guy always have like a little battle in practice. Like I try extra hard for him, but Trevor LaRue, he's got quite the shot. Yeah. But because we're both named Trevor, right? So we always go back and forth.
Battle of Trevors, who's
better, whatever. So we always battle it out in practice. But yeah, he's got a pretty sick shot.
He scored some huge goals too, eh?
Yeah, he did. He performed very well in the playoffs. He was very clutch for us.
How's he been in this series so far? I think he's already scored.
I think
like a few times, hasn't he?
He's just been continuing rolling. I think he might have scored all three games. I'm not too sure. I know at least 2.
That kid don't stop.
Yeah, he doesn't stop. I know. I think he went 30 for 30 in regular season, like goals, and I think he had 30 assists too. Something like that, something crazy like that.
That's nuts. Yeah, he seems to be one of those guys that he's always in the right spot at the right time, or he's always but he, like you said too, he's got a good shot too.
Yeah. He loves walking in and ripping it. Yeah.
Hey, one of the things I always like to ask the guys who play net too is what's the thing that drives you nuts about playing net? Whether it be a guy skate in, wacky in the hands after.
Honestly, there's not too much that can like take me off my game. Like even in the Essex series, I had guys coming out to me, chirping me, slashing me. I don't know. It's all like mental. Like I know that they're just saying that to try to get my head right. Like if we weren't playing hockey, they're not going to come up to me and say like, you're a fucking loser, like shit like that. Like, I know they're just trying to do it to get my head so they can score, but I don't know. Being a goalie is very hard mentally, but once you like, I don't know, I've been playing goalie for a while, so I'm kind of used to all that. But I would say the thing that pisses me off the most is probably in practice. Like if I'm drinking my water bottle or something and somebody just rips a shot, even if it's like low on the ice, you know what I mean? It's just like,
yeah, like
fuck
I'm
off,
standing,
man. Like I'm drinking my water. Give me 5 seconds.
yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I know. I've had guys too, and like I'm one of those where like I won't even shoot it past your waist during a like warm up type deal.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Oh,
like
yeah.
and I just play beer league. I try to hit your pads, you know, and like try to
Pads,
give you
gloves. Yeah.
a feel for the puck. And I
Yeah.
see like some guys skating in, and I'm like hearing the glass, and I'm like, guys, like how the fuck? Like we're trying to warm this guy up, and you're whizzing him past his ear. Like I would imagine that's got to piss you off too a little bit.
It's all in the name, right? It's a warm up. You're supposed to go out there and warm up your goalie. You're not supposed to go out there and try to snipe bar down and make him feel like shit, or hit him in the head in warm ups. Like shoot at the glove, shoot at the pads. Like you said, let him get a feel for the puck.
Yeah,
I used to have all about.
I used to have this one guy on our team, and it was like freaking travel days or whatever. So I was probably around like your age probably, but this guy skated in during the warm up and freaking took a shot and hit our goalie in the head.
Yeah.
And he just threw his fucking stick at him. Like just straight up threw the stick at him.
I can't blame him.
And I'm like, man, like, what do you expect? Like, you just skate in and ring one off his dome during the warm up. Like, it's fucking.
Like it's not hard to not hit a goalie in the head. Like there's a lot of extra room that you could shoot anywhere except his head.
It's like hit that guy in the head down there.
Yeah, exactly.
I used to always skate in and like, I don't know, I fuck with goalies a bit too when I was playing, but what I would do is my first rush down, I would zing one right by your head.
Oh, that's what I would tell all my forwards.
Yeah, because then it kind of makes you think the next time I come down, like, is he going to shoot high? Is he going to shoot low? Is he going to – I wouldn't try to hit the goalie in the head, but I would try to put it, like, near it to where, like, you would hear the puck or something.
Yeah.
And it always makes you think twice. And you're not the only one who says, like, yeah, I would tell my guys the same thing.
Yeah, well, if you go out there first shift and ring one off his helmet, he's gonna be a little shaky. He's gonna be like, I don't know, he's just gonna be a little shaky.
Have you found that if you've like, not saying your team, but have you found like any teams in the league kind of try to do that, or kind of whiz a couple high to try to kind of throw you off your game, or did you just not let that shit get to you?
No, I don't really pay attention. If it hits me off the head, I'll say good shit. That was a good save. Go make the next one. If the next one hits me off the head, better than going in the net.
Doesn't that shit hurt though, even though you're still wearing a mask?
Not really. It depends on where it gets you. Like if it gets you on like an angle, it'll hurt. But like, I don't know. It usually doesn't really hurt. So sometimes if it's a hard shot, it'll make my ears ring. But
man,
I'm pretty used to it by now.
Like I've seen guys get hit in the mask and they're cut. Like how does that happen?
I don't know. I've never had that
just a hard ass shot and hits the right spot or something.
A rocket. Yeah.
But when they got hit, it was like probably right above the eyebrows. So it probably was I don't know, man, but I've seen goalies bleed. And it always made me think, like, how does that get cut in there? But that's why I figured I would ask you.
Oh, that's a good question. I don't have the answer for that one.
I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna look that, because I've always wondered, like, wow, does the guy shoot that hard, or was it just something inside the helmet that it just hit the right spot?
Maybe the goalie's helmet was a little loose or something, and I don't know, he shot it and it like moved his helmet and like smacked him in the face or something. I'm not sure.
Hey, you ever try to shoot for a goal?
Shoot. Yes. So, what was this? Playoffs for Bell River. We were in game 6 against LaSalle. We're up 1 goal, about a minute and a half left. One of their forwards skates past the red line, fires it. I catch it on my glove, go to shoot it. I got air, but there was like 3 forwards there, and it didn't even make it out of the blue line. But no, we ended up winning the game, and it was all good. But I feel like if the forward wouldn't have caught it, it had potential.
So so are you always thinking like when that net's empty, if I get the chance to shoot, I'm shooting.
Definitely. I mean, it depends on the situation. Like if we're up 1 goal,
Yeah,
like
it's like
I definitely shouldn't have when I did against LaSalle. But like if you're up 2 goals and somebody walks in past the blue line and fires at your glove, you put it down and you're trying to fire it as quick as possible.
oh yeah, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You're up too.
Oh, exactly. No, I would love to score a goal. That'd be unreal. The skating past the bench. As like
Well, yeah,
an
but
all goalie deal.
that actually may end up causing a scrum if you start doing
Yeah, I wouldn't even care.
that. I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't care. I scored. I'd do whatever.
Oh, I wouldn't either. Fuck, man.
I start
I
throwing my
always
glove.
wonder. Oh yeah, do the old Sally, the old
Yeah.
Timu. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they I'm sure the other teams would love that. Yeah, I always ask guys like, so you obviously shoot the puck far enough and high enough to where you'd probably be able to do it, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, like if we're like in practice and like some of the guys are going to get water or whatever, I'll just grab a puck and just fire it to Romano over there in the other net. But just I don't know.
Man, like how do
You
you
never
shoot
know.
with those gloves and like the stick? Like how the hell do you do it?
So your glove, what I do is my glove hand's like reversed. So like
Oh,
I'm pushing down on my right hand and then pushing like the opposite way. So
oh, okay.
it's like one of those.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain without gloves on, but I don't know. When you do it like holding it normally, it's you can't do it with a goalie glove.
I feel
You
like
can't grip it.
was it Marty Turco that first started doing that? I feel like he had a story about something about flipping his hand on his stick.
I have no idea.
I feel like it was him. Fuck, now I got to look that up now. But I feel like it was him that did that because I think he was on Chicklets or something, and he was like,
Okay.
and they had said something about he was the first one to do something with his hand. So I'm wondering if that was it. I bet you it was. I'm gonna
Maybe.
look it up.
Yeah, I've always held it like that. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm
So
not sure.
after
Not my
we'll get
thoughts.
back to Lakeshore here.
All right.
So after you guys beat out Essex here, what was the vibe in the room? How was the like celebration? I imagine obviously it was awesome.
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, yeah, everybody was anticipating Lakeshore versus Essex, and for us to be down 2-1 and then come back 2-2, 3-2, and then finish it off in Game 6, it was surreal. It was great finishing it in their barn too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I loved sending those Essex 73s fans home.
I love it. Comes on
Yeah.
here talking shit too. I love it. I fucking love it.
But
No, but what was nuts too is for that whole series for what like the first like 4 or 5 games there wasn't the home team didn't win.
I know it was the complete opposite. It was weird. It was really weird. I don't know.
And then you guys just go boom boom.
Yeah, and then we just dialed it in.
That was like,
but it was pretty crazy. All the boys were real hype, and we got back into the room and we were going champagne everywhere. My hockey bag still smells like champagne. But we were at the arena for like a good hour and a half, just like partying and up in the room. And then we went to,
you gotta.
Oh yeah, you gotta take it in, right? Because it was great. And we went to Mr. Biggs after. Whole team. There's a bunch of Bell River people there, like family, friends. That was a pretty good time.
You guys probably.
To be honest, I don't really remember much of what happened after that, but it was a good night.
That's how you know it was a good one, though. It's
exactly.
Funny, you know?
When you wake up and you're like, "What the hell did I do last night?"
Yeah, and you smell like champagne, and it's like, yeah.
Exactly.
You know you did it. That's fucking funny though.
The day after, I think I just slept all day.
Did you? Just crash out?
I crashed at Weston's house, and then I got a ride home in the morning, and I was just sheets for the rest of the day.
Oh, how did you feel when you first opened your eyes the next day? A little rough?
Oh, a little rough.
Head,
we'll leave it at that. A little rough.
Probably throw it up and shit. Hey,
maybe a couple times. I don't know.
I love like who do you like hang out with the most off the ice?
Marco Sadoya, Trevor LaRue, and Eric Bisson, probably. Those 3 guys.
Okay. And who's the shit disturber in the room? Who's the guy that if there's pranks going down, who's the one you're looking at first?
I'd have to say me or LaRue, me or Trevor LaRue. We are we sit next to each other and we just I don't know.
Shit.
We love giving it to each other, giving it to everybody else, just chirping, pranking, just shooting the shit. I don't know. But
Just
I'd probably say me and him were probably the two biggest. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
so you guys are now what? So do you guys have one more series? If you win this one, you have one more series, right?
So
Or is it two?
if we win this series, no, I think we go straight to the tournament. We go, yeah, the Schmalz Cup tournament in Guelph.
Oh, okay. And how many are in that?
So if we win this series, we'd be like we'd go into the tournament as we're like representing the West Division.
Mhm.
So there'd be one West team, one South, one North, one East,
Oh, so there's
and
only
then it
four teams.
four teams, and then it'd be like a round robin. So we play each team once, and then it gets reseeded to 1, 2, 3, 4. One plays four, two plays three, and then the winners go to the final. And
Oh man.
I don't know what happens to the losers, but
So you're essentially like what, three? Well, counting this series, you're probably like what, 4 or 5 wins away from it, probably realistically.
yeah, something like that. Yeah,
I
four
think
or five wins
I
away.
think you guys can get her done. Is there anybody you guys are kind of looking at in those other squads that you kind of know will be around, or
I
that you're
mean,
kind of
you can't
watching a
really
bit?
tell, right? Because we don't know like what the other divisions are like how
Mhm.
like what their competition is compared to our competition. Like it's kind of all just a toss up. We know that like all three teams that go are going to be, they're all going to be good teams. Like you don't make Schmalz Cup if you're not if you're just mediocre, right?
So you guys only play teams in the West, right? Is that how it goes? Like you guys don't play any of those other teams throughout the year?
No, we only play West Staub, so we don't even play like we don't even play North Middlesex.
Oh
We
wow, I don't.
play so it's Dresden, Petrolia, Wallaceburg, Wheatley, Amherstburg. Oh, I'm forgetting somebody. Essex, Moortown, us, and then Blenheim. Blenheim's the last one. So
Now,
there's
do you
9 in our
guys
division.
now do you guys kind of wish you could kind of play some of those other teams, or
Yeah, it'd be cool for sure to like I don't know go out and play other teams, but we have our division. I mean, there's not really much we can do about it.
plus you guys dominated every year, anyways?
Yeah,
Humble brag.
yeah. Well, yeah. When I joined this team, I wasn't expecting 2 losses throughout the whole year, but
Two
yeah, it's
Essex.
pretty cool.
Yeah,
Especially when we
what
were
was that? Okay, I forgot about that. So you guys is only two losses were two
Essex.
Essex, and they were
Yeah.
back to back, weren't they? I'm
Ye-
pretty sure they
Yeah.
were. So didn't
Yeah,
that
they
have
were.
you guys kind of thinking like, oh, this is going to be a dogfight going into this? You
Oh,
guys probably
definitely.
knew it was going to be like that, anyways, right?
Yeah. No, no, definitely. Because I think we beat them the first two, and then they beat us the next two. So we knew going into like the finals that they're a good team. They beat us twice. They could beat us. Like we have to go out there and like play our best game, and anything can happen.
Yeah, because a lot of for the most part, the games were real low scoring too, weren't they?
Yeah.
I think there was one
Well,
you guys beat them up pretty good, didn't you?
yeah, I think it was 6-6. The second game was 6-1, I think. But the
Yeah.
rest of them were like 2-1, 3-2.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You guys did. Now you've won how many shutouts in these freaking playoffs for you? I think you've got a couple, don't you? I
Mm,
only know your like regular like season stuff, but
like
I know
I've
you got one this series, didn't you?
Yeah, the first game, and then I think I won against Wheatley, game 6 against Wheatley.
Yeah, so you got two shutouts in these playoffs. That's pretty
Yeah.
good, man.
And one of the games against Wheatley, we were up 3-0 or something like that. And there's 10, 12 seconds left. And one of their forwards is coming down, and our team's just like, whatever, game's over. This
Hmm.
guy walks through 4 guys, goes low glove, posting in with 0.2 seconds left on the board.
Come on.
Yeah, I was pissed.
I was like,
I was
oh, guy,
pissed.
someone
Yeah,
get a stick on that guy, a body,
exactly.
something like.
Literally walked through the entire team. But I mean, we still won, so not
Yeah,
much to be mad about. But I
still a
lost the
shutout.
shutout, which is
Yeah, that
tough for
sucks
a
though.
attendee with 0.2 seconds left. That's for sure.
You just turn and be like, who said it on the bench?
Yeah.
Who said? Oh, there's always that one fucking guy who says it on
Oh,
the
I
bench.
know. I know.
If
Well, that's
you
that's
if you had to pick of just knowing the guys on your team, who would be that one guy who would say it?
Tronchen
Even he's like this too.
right away. It'd be Tronchen, 100%. Well, the one, I think it was game 6. This doesn't make any sense to me. Right before we got on the bus, uh, Wheatley, my trainer Ren, he comes up to me. He says something about shutout, And I turn around, I'm like, are you serious? Did you seriously just say that? Like, I'm looking around, like, am I losing it right now?
Yeah.
And before game 6, he said, like, you better have a good shutout today or something like that. And we get on the bus, and I just couldn't stop thinking about it. And I ended up getting a shutout, which is like never happens when somebody says the word.
Yeah, and
But
then after the game, he's like, "Boom! See, there you
yeah.
go."
And when they scored that one goal with 0.2 seconds left, I think it was first intermission. One of my coaches said something about like he didn't say shut out, but he said like shutting them out or like something along those lines. I looked at Romano and we were like, oh no.
Yeah, not again.
No, I know.
Hey, you're so how's it been with your coach there? Like Anthony is so freaking good, man.
Yeah.
Like
No,
he
I
just
I, I
knows
like
his
his
shit.
style. His style. He keeps it simple. He keeps the game simple. There's no like no trick plays, no none of that. He just hard work beats talent. That's pretty much like his
Mhm.
whole thing. And I totally agree. Whatever team goes out there and wants to win, whoever wants to work the hardest is gonna get rewarded at the end of the day.
Just grind them down because I like noticed too. You guys finish your hits, legs are always moving. You know what I mean? Heads are always up, and you're passing. Like there's no like I don't know. You guys are just very just boom, 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 and
Yeah.
just and that's obviously what it's going to take to win, right? It's but he's just so smart when it comes to the game that and he knows you guys team so well and his fucking structure is he's on point with everything. Like he's the
Yeah.
perfect coach for you guys in my honest opinion.
No, I would agree for sure. And like our team chemistry is like off the charts. Like we're all like it's the difference between like the team that I have now and like my double A team, like just like the chemistry, like the brotherhood that we have now is like ridiculous. Like it's something that I've never been a part of before, but it's great. Like we all get along. There's not even we don't even have that one guy that's like, how there's always that one guy on the team that's just like a shit disturber and like nobody really likes him. He comes to the parties, but like nobody really wants to talk to him. Like
Yeah.
we don't have one of those guys. Like we all get along together well, and it's a great room to be in.
Mm-hmm. Who's always looking after the radio in the room?
Eric LaRue.
Is
Well,
he
me,
good?
me and me and Eric, but he's usually on it.
Is he
But
good?
usually,
Usually says you had to think
sometimes
about it.
he's got a couple playlists when he plays like his hockey dressing room playlist. He gets the boys pumped up, but sometimes he fires in like his rap playlist, and we're all like, man, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah, it's a
get this
hockey
off.
dressing room here, bro.
Yeah,
It's not the
yeah,
club.
exactly. No, he's pretty good. He's pretty good on the Hawks.
Hey, you ever fight?
Have I ever fought?
Yeah.
No.
Thought about it?
Yeah. Oh, what was it? Game 6 against Wheatley. Um, Somebody was fighting, and we were already up 5-0 at the time. And I met their goalie at a party like 2 weekends before or something. And I look over and I see him skating to the blue line going like this. I'm like, man, it's 5-0 game 6. I'm not gonna fight you right now. It was
Yeah.
real tempting because I would love to get into a goalie fight at least once in my career.
Was it
But it
in the
just
third?
yeah, there was like 4 minutes left.
Yeah, fuck you. I'm not fighting you. And then I'm sitting the
Yeah,
next one. Yeah,
he just
fucking
wanted to
beat it,
take me
bud.
out.
Have a
Yeah,
nice day. Yeah, you're out. You're not
exactly.
going anywhere. We're going fucking on. And you think I'm gonna sit first game against Essex or something?
Yeah. No, it
Beat it.
wasn't worth it. It's gotta be the right time.
Yeah. Oh, if that's regular like season,
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
everybody, that's your
Yeah,
chance.
exactly. Exactly.
So wait, so you still have how many years left to play?
Well, I'm 2004, so
You play till you're how
three,
old?
four more years, I think.
Do you play till you're 21 or 22?
21.
21.
So 4.
Think you can get one in 3 or 4 years?
Goalie fight, probably.
just,
Probably, man.
just start asking anybody.
Junior C too is just probably.
Someone will go. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just make sure you pick the right one though. Don't get
Yeah,
smashed.
I can't go up against no 6'4" goalie. Get my shit rocked.
Oh, that's funny though. Hey, at least you're kind of willing to mix it up a little bit. I like that.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. Fire up the
Right.
boys. Down one goal or something like that. You never know.
Well, don't do it when you're down a goal. Do it when the game's a shitstorm, and then whatever happens, like when there's a line brawl going on or something, and then when the
Yeah,
goalies
then you
meet
look
up,
at the other goalie, you're like, all right, fuck it, let's
it's
go.
like, hey, just start dropping your stick, your blocker, and then
Yeah.
he'll get the hint. If not, then he looks like a wuss and you look awesome.
Yeah, that was kind of me in the Wheatley game, but I didn't really
Well,
care.
I wouldn't fight either in that
No,
freaking
I know.
situation.
I was like,
Kidding me?
whatever. It's not a
I'd
big
be
deal.
like, dude, like you guys are done.
Yeah.
Um, if you had to say something to kids growing up who were thinking about being a goalie, what would you tell them?
I said go for it. I mean, I love it. I love. I don't know. It all depends on. That's actually a great question. I don't know. I guess it all depends on like how hard you want to work. Because, like for a forward, there's a lot of spots on the team to be able to make it. There's like you can be a fourth line guy, you can be a second line guy. There's majority of the teams only have two goalies, so you gotta I don't know. You gotta be able to work hard and stick to it.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure you get your fair share of lumps and bruises and everything. Shots that hit you in
Oh yeah.
like
They
in the
just
arms, collarbone area. I imagine probably doesn't feel
yeah.
good.
Yeah, there's a bunch of spots, like just small spots and like holes in your equipment that they'll just sneak by. The worst is when so I wear knee pads now because like the shots, like I'm obviously not gonna not wear knee pads. Most goalies do, but
Mhm.
back when I played Windsor, it was like a cover over my knee, but it wasn't like an actual knee pad.
Yeah.
I took a one-timer in a game and it like went straight through and got me like right on the kneecap. Oh, I had to leave the game. It was horrible.
Oh, it probably felt like you're gonna throw up.
Yeah, it was brutal. Felt like I couldn't even feel my leg.
So now what do you have there? There's like a pad that goes over top of that.
Yeah, it's like an elbow pad, but for your knee. That's
Sounds
that's
weird,
that's,
but
that's a pretty good description, I'd say.
well, if it works.
Yeah, no, it definitely works.
Well, fuck, man. That just thinking about it makes my leg hurt.
Yeah,
That's why,
no, yeah,
like, I always told guys too. Like, I see like your guys out there on D and they're blocking shots and stuff like that. uh, Call me like selfish maybe or whatever, but I used to tell my team, I ain't blocking shit. That guy back there with the big pads and the big equipment, I'm gonna make sure
yeah.
that he sees the puck, but I ain't blocking shit. You guys are
No, we
crazy,
got.
man. Guys shoot it at you. Well, not
I know.
at you, but they're
Oh, and
trying to
they
score.
got
But
they
still.
got they got a lot less padding than me, so I got to give them props. But my defense are pretty good at blocking shots.
I
My
know.
one my one defenseman, Albano, he will literally throw any part of his body in front just to get a block. Like he'll go full out, full dive, and eat one off the neck if he's got it to block it.
So he obviously leads the squad in shot blocks.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I always say that's an art
Oh,
to
definitely.
do that because you got to actually do it the right way so you don't get
Yeah,
hurt.
yeah. Like you
Like
can't
you
go
you
and
can
like
get
you can't
fucked up.
turn, and you gotta
No,
go.
you got to be straight on.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you can get
Yeah, if
fucked
you
up if
turn,
you.
there's no padding on the side or like on the back of your legs or.
I had a guy accidentally hit me on the foot and I wanted to throw up. It hurt so bad.
Oh
Like
yeah, well like on pond hockey, I've taken like a, a sauce on like the top of the foot, and it it,
oh,
it stings.
right on the laces.
Yeah, right on the laces.
Oh
It's
yeah,
brutal.
those suck. Um, so real quick, Rob likes to ask this. So since Rob's not here, I'm gonna ask you.
All right.
So normally, so you know how like in like major leagues when a guy walks up, it has like music going when he walks up to bat, right?
Yeah.
Well, since you obviously you don't really score a lot of goals, so if you could have a song to let's say celebrate a win, what song would you choose?
Uh, shit.
Got you again, eh?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Rob asked everybody this and it stumps everybody. One of the guys who answered it the fastest was Scotty Gomez, answered it the quickest.
Like as a
Just,
like as a celebration song after a
yeah, just
win.
yeah, whatever song you would want.
Well, okay. I feel like this is kind of a basic one, but I'd probably go "We Are the Champions."
Well, hey,
But I don't know. I'll have to think about that. That's a good.
everybody gets like kind of stumped on that. Rob, we
Yeah.
ask every guest that.
Or I'd probably say the next episode, Dr. Dre, Snoop
Oh
Dogg.
yeah, hell yeah.
That's
See
that's a good post game tune for sure.
hell yeah, that's one of the old school ones
Oh
there
yeah,
too.
oh yeah.
All right, bro. I don't want to hold you too off or too long here, man. It's like seriously, dude. Thank you so much. I know we were kind of trying to line up our freaking schedules here. We
Yeah, I
finally
know.
got we finally got her done. We got
Yeah.
her done, man. I just want to wish you the best of luck. Moving forward, we're watching. So bring home that Schmalz Cup, buddy.
Fucking right. Appreciate you having me on, man.
All right, brother. We'll talk soon.
Fun. All right. See you, boss.
All right, buddy.
I've lost my fight with time. My numbers up and up the line. I gaze at the darkness, so empty. Just looking for the light. Shout for help, but no one's there. Need a guiding hand, someone who cares. All alone in the darkness, I've realized for the first time I am scared. If I could do it all again, if I had one more chance, my friend, I would rewrite all my wrongs. I would find where I belong. I got love.